Yeah, you see, like we've been scouting the opponents. We analyzing the data. We are analyzing the film. At least you know with the data, at least now we have some rough idea on what to expect against our opponents. See, like with international games, sometimes the challenge is that you see a team may add 2 or 3 new players, so that's where you can only scout until a certain level, hoping that the same guys will appear, but normally that doesn't happen. But at least we are confident enough that we'll give a good show in terms of our preparation. We know what to expect from opponents. We don't even forget about ourselves. We also scout ourselves and see, like I told you, the areas of free throws which we did not shoot well. There is our first round qualifiers. We were one of the best rebounding teams, but on second round qualifiers we didn't do a good job. That's some area we're also working on. Yeah.
So, by the way, it's quite interesting that you mentioned that. How would you consider scenario of one of the teams that you'll face, Nigeria, as compared to what Senegal did? Senegal didn't bring their A team.
Yeah.
But what's the impact then that a team would have, for example, if the Nigerians now decide that they will not take the NBA contingent, the 8 of them who are in Tokyo, they'll not be part of their team in Rwanda? How does that change your planning?
You see, with Nigeria also is an interesting team in terms of it's not that easy to scout, because you see, like I think is it 10 or 8 of the 60 players that were drafted in the NBA last year, they came from Nigeria.
Yes.
And see, with that, they have a pool of players, a lot of players. They have a lot of players playing all over, especially America, Europe, you name it. So them they have a luxury of they can be bringing 12 every year, and they can still compete at a higher level. So with Nigeria, what we're scouting more is the coaching tendency, like Mike Brown. What Mike Brown likes to do is a defensive coach, those kind of tendencies, because we don't know who will come from Nigeria. I don't know if the NBA guys or the former NBA guys or something like that. Yeah.
And it now brings in a whole question about your other opponents. Kenya will be in Pool C alongside Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire, and Mali. Tell us about these two sides, Cote d'Ivoire and Mali.
Like Mali, we started breaking them down. You see, Mali, they play hard on the guards. They also play almost Mozambique kind of game, but more organized in terms of they pressure the guards. They shoot the ball. They're physical in the paint. Those kind of things. So with them, I know. We're working on our composure, because you see, when the game is so much physical and there's so much pressure, it's about maintaining a composure and being able to execute your sets, because what they're trying to do is to get us off running our sets and make us uncomfortable.
The other opponent, Cote d'Ivoire.
Cote d'Ivoire also is also like Mali, but they're not that physical. But them, I know there are also some tough opponents which you don't know who to expect, and you can't take them for granted, because you see, like our group, there are no easy games. Mm-hmm. All the games are tough. Yeah, so it's one. The most important thing we're concentrating is us, like in terms of us being healthy, playing our game, having guys in the camp, having guys mentally ready, and so far we're in the right track in terms of we have guys who have we don't have injuries. We have guys mentally ready. The build-up is good. The preparation is amazing. Yeah.
Now let's talk about the competition that's going to be in Rwanda. Rwanda have got strict COVID-19 protocols.
Yes.
Compared to what we have in the country,
yeah,
they're two worlds apart.
Yes.
They can basically put the country like it's at the same level as, the state of emergency that's quite high, which means that you've got to be in a strict bubble camp.
Yes.
I'm sure the basketball Lionesses know that. Continuous testing is taking place.
Yeah.
How then are you trying to get the team into that frame of mind that they've got to operate in a bubble within the next, 1 month, 6 weeks or so?
Yeah, it's
actually 1 month.
Basically, it's
3 weeks.
It's like 3 weeks because it's our game starts in 29 days.
Yes.
And the tournament starts in 28 days.
28 days, yes.
So the good thing is we were in Rwanda November, so at least we know what a bubble looks like. We know how serious bubbles are. We know the if you break a bubble, what happens, what kind of things. So by us having that experience, that's for us now. It's not a big thing like the first time we were going to Rwanda in November. So what we like about that is now we get to focus about basketball because it doesn't distract. Because if you ask me the same question in November, I will tell you I don't know what a bubble looks like. I just hear about it. But right now we also preparing to have our own bubble as we enter the camp, so that by the time we get there, we'll be fine.
Another thing is the matches that you're going to play will be over 2 days. Yep. You start your competition on the 25th of August. You will be playing against Cote d'Ivoire. 2 days later, you play Nigeria on the 27th. And on the 29th of August, you will be playing against Mali. How do you manage the recovery in between as compared to the qualifiers where you are playing every day?
See if with a day or 2 days rest, it's a ample time for resting because the thing is with Afro basketball we're looking at playing at least there are a lot of games before there are games you're going to play. It's more than we're looking at. Is it 6, 7 there?
Yeah. So
instead of the other ones which you're playing only 3. So with that. So that to get athletes performing at a high level, see there is the FIBA rule that gives players ample time to give a certain time. Is it 12
recovery time? 48 hours.
48 hours to recover. So with that now fatigue doesn't become an issue because you see with the back to back. If you compress it now, that's where you get top players not playing well, top players getting injured, teams not performing well. But with that, we'll have ample time of recovering because after the game now we can study film on how we played. We can study film on opponents. We can strategize on how we're going to play the next game, and we can also rest. Get ample good sleep because rest is also part of athletes' performance.
Now, let me just take a look at the squad that played at the qualifiers in February. And coach, you could tell us about who's been who you're calling in and who may be out there. Preston Bungei, Situma Kaemba, Griffin Ligare, Eric Mutoro, Victor Chieng, Taylor Ngwai did not play against Mozambique. A curious one, by the way. Valentine Yakinda, Desmond Owili, Ronald Gombe, Tom Wamukota, Ariel Carl, and Joel Awich. You could tell us first. Tyler not playing against Mozambique.
You see, remember I told you about health.
Yes.
Going into the championship, our team doctor and Taylor's team doctor and coach were in conversation on how this guy should play, should not play. Taylor was in minutes restriction in terms of the certain amount of minutes he was supposed to play or not play, those kind of things. Because he had an hamstring injury. Yeah, so he was we were playing him in restricted minutes. So after the Angola game, because he played more than the minutes we were supposed to play. So that's why we had to rest.
If I was a doctor, you'd be in very much trouble. If I was a doctor, you'd be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
So he played more minutes.
Yeah.
All right. That from the squad that I've mentioned. Any changes that would expect?
Yeah, we have some young guys. We have some young guys here who are. We have some young guys who we managed to call in. Bramwell. There is Derek. There is Ken. There is also Ken Washira. Derek Ochieng. Those and there's some few young guys here and there who are in discussion with them on how they can come help the team. As we see, we are also looking at today as well as we're looking at future, and also there is also after AfroBasket in November there is round 1 of World Cup qualifiers, which we also qualified by qualifying for AfroBasket. So that's also, and that's World Cup qualifiers. There I believe 5 or 6 rounds.
Yes.
So with round 1 being in November, round 2 February, the other one I can't remember the exact date. We also need to look in terms of not all the time we'll have certain players. Sometimes we now have to use certain kind of players.
So, and in that case, then how do you create the transition from, amongst the teams? I did realize that throughout the AfroBasket competition for women, it was a young team that represented the country this time round. How then are you going to create a transition so that the vibe that's already there continues, and also for the players who are based outside the country, they still feel that they can now come in and don the national team colors without any fear?
The transition started long time ago, because you can see like most of our international players, Tyler, Bungei, Awich, Ronnie, Okal, these guys they're in their prime. And for them coming and for them coming and consistently coming, they have open ways, because now there are a lot of international players who wants to come to play for Kenya. And also we've like I told you, Derek is Derek Ochieng, Ken Washira. These are up and coming young guys who also joined, who we brought in to help develop them, because in the near future they are the guys who will come take over. Because if without that transition, we may be faced by the time our prime players finish playing careers, we'll have a big vacuum like the one which was left between. That's the one that you can see between 93 and 90. It took us 28 years before we felt that we were able to fill that vacuum. Yeah.
That's an entire generation.
Yeah.
That is Coach Sadat. He's the assistant coach of the Kenya Morans. They will be playing against Cote d'Ivoire on the 25th of August, against Nigeria on the 27th of August, and against Mali on the 29th of August at the AfroBasket Championships at the Kigali Arena in Rwanda. Kenya at that competition for the first time in 28 years. So, Coach, all the best. I'm sure now, as you head into the bubble camp, the conversations may tend to be fewer, but we wish you all the best as you prepare for that. Regards to the teams, and we shall be watching you over that tournament, and also in November as you start getting to round 1 of qualifying for the 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup. Well, thank you very much for your time this morning, and on behalf of the team that put together this, made sure that we had a smooth conversation. Eunice Iraki, Margaret Wamboi, Avani Shah, Michael Kwambo, and also Coach Sadat Gaya, who's with me right here in studio, and the team that made this production possible, our engineers, and most importantly you, the viewer. I want to say thank you very much for being with us over the last 2 hours. Our sign language interpreter has been Lensa Odingo. My name is Daniel Wahome. Coming up next, Kurunzi ya Channel 1. Gladys Mungai is going to be your host, and after that we shall have our interview segment, Tamrini. Have a great day ahead.
garoofo oo dabaq